I often work with couples where one or both partners are checked out, but both of them agree something's not right in the relationship. And people often believe we just got to keep working at it. We got to keep working at it. We got to keep working at it. We can't give up. We can't give up. We can't give up. And I think that puts too much pressure on the relationship to work out, where it's not about, hey, am I happy in this relationship? Or is this the person I want to be? It's just, hey, this is what I'm used to. We've been doing this for so long. And naturally, we think, we just got to keep fighting. When I work with couples, I talk to them about sometimes the fighting is the issue in the relationship, the fighting that make it work. I work with couples on taking the pressure off of making it work and just looking in the mirror and you being the best version of yourself that you can be. This is different from the Gottman theory or the Gottman approach because I don't focus on saving the relationship. I focus on restoring the person who you were when you got into the relationship, when you liked what you saw in the mirror, when you had confidence in yourself, when you were able to look at the other person and actually be attracted to that person, and they were attracted to you as well. A common phrase that I hear couples talk to me about is feeling stuck in the relationship. I feel stuck, or they understand that something is missing, and naturally they want to get back to the good feeling. What I talk to people about is often it's not that they don't want to be with you. They just don't like the feeling that they have when they're around you. And a lot of times it's because life happens. You have kids, you have responsibilities, and it stops being about wanting to be a good person, wanting to have fun with this person, to just, hey, I'm with them. This is just, it is what it is. And I believe that that cheats the individual, both individuals, from having a fulfilling life. When I'm talking to couples that are in these long-term relationships and they're just drained and they're tired and they're just going through the motions. And a lot of times people don't understand how to get out of going through the motions. And I believe the only way to get out of it is for things to get uncomfortable. Again, my focus isn't on, hey, this has to work for y'all. It's, hey, what is the life that you want? How do you want to live? How do you want to feel? And we focus on you working on your stuff. We're not worried about the other person and what they're doing. We're focused on you and what you can do to improve your life, for you to be happy, for you to have hobbies that you want to do, for you to take trips with or without that person, right? Whatever it may be, is you finding fulfillment in your life. And often, whenever you start to focus on you, start to work on you, number one, you're happier. But then number two, that other person does one or two things. They get intimidated because they see that you're leveling up and they think that they're not enough and they give up. Or the other person actually follows your lead and say, hey, you know what? I like what I'm seeing in that person. Let me see if I can do that for me as well. And then it stops being about saving the relationship and it turns into two people really trying to enjoy life together. No one's probably ever told you this, but I'm speaking from experience in my end as a therapist. When a partner is observing the other person leveling up, it kind of makes them feel bad. It's their insecurity saying, "Oh man, look what they're doing. Oh, they're trying to do better than me. They're trying to leave me." And often what ends up happening is that person, because of their own insecurities, they end up handicapping the situation. Instead of joining that person, being a part of that life, they look internal and think that they're not enough. And the truth is, when your partner is doing what they need to do for them, it's not that you're not enough. It's that them understanding that they can do more for themselves. Often in relationships, we do become codependent on the other person. I have to do this with them, or they have, and it's really becoming an individual again in the situation. Again, this goes against our instincts, but I'm telling you, whenever you worry about showing up whole to the situation and not expecting the other person to fill in the gaps for you, it leaves room for the relationship to grow, and it honestly leads to a better relationship than you had before. Many people don't understand the relationship that you're trying to save is not between you and someone else. It's you within yourself. Often we were taught the external. Oh, our relationships is between me and some. No, the real true relationship is the person that you see in the mirror, and then that person showing up to the relationship. And then you're able to really look at the other person who's involved in the relationship. You're saying, hey, does this work for me? That is a question that people are scared to ask because they've been with someone for a long time. But often they don't like what's going on in the relationship at the time. But the unknown is just as scary. So I work with couples on exploring the unknown. And it's not saying we're going to separate, we're gonna divorce. No, it's just saying within a therapy safe setting, like, okay, what are those thoughts that you're having? What are those bad thoughts that you can't talk to your partner about? Here, talk to me about it. Let's explore it in this environment to see if that's really what you want, or you just don't like where you're at this stage in your relationship. And you're not going to hear this anywhere else, but I'm going to be real with you. Couples therapy has not evolved to what it is now. We have a society to where you have literally millions of people at the palm of your hand. There's constantly, things coming at you. Oh, this could be better. This could be, you're looking for the next best thing. So when you're in a long-term relationship, I'm not here to tell you not to look at the next best thing. It's actually, I'm talking about appreciating what you do have. Because just because something looks good on the internet doesn't mean that it's good in person. And often you will see a lot of these people that are single, even though they look happy, if you have a conversation with them, many of them wish that they had a thriving relationship. Many of them wish that they had a person that they can come home to and talk to and let loose and talk about the things that you likely have or had at one point in your relationship. So we're not saying, oh, the grass is greener on the other side. We're able to look at the grass and be like, oh, okay, look, that lawn looks nice. But what about my lawn? Can I water it a little bit more? Can we put some fertilizer on it to make it better? Or is it, it's having those uncomfortable conversations, not with your partner, with yourself, or with your therapist, somebody that you can trust is actually going to help guide you through those uncomfortable thoughts, but then not shame you for having those thoughts. When I'm having conversations with couples who have dealt with infidelity, the common knowledge would say, bro, if you don't want to be with the person, why not just leave? And the problem is like, it's not that they don't want to be with the person, it's that they're searching for a feeling. And when I work with couples, when I work with men or women, it's saying, okay, listen, the infidelity has happened. We have to agree that we have to go through it. But then also, what you were searching for, why isn't it existing in your relationship? And often people say, oh, it's been going for years. I don't trust this person emotionally. They don't look at me the way they used to. And I say, well, cool, listen, I understand all that. But when you decide to cheat or you decide to go outside your relationship, you're breaking your own morals that you say that you stood by, because you're saying, I'm a trustworthy person. I'll never do this. I don't lie. But then you end up going against your integrity, which has nothing to do with that person. That has everything to do with you. So I talk to them about, hey, listen, what do you want? If you want to be in a good, thriving relationship, cool, let's work at it. If you want to be single, just go be single. Just own it. Don't lie about it. Don't feel bad about it. I'm not supposed to feel this way. No, however you feel is how you feel. Don't try to shame yourself out of I should feel that way. No. I work with couples, I work with people on having the life that you want, having the life that you desire, without the handicapping yourself, without handcuffing yourself, saying, no, this is the life that I want, and living it. And a lot of people do not understand that. But I get people to dream. I get people to imagine a life that they want. And most often people go back to saying, okay, you know what, this relationship, at one point I had that. I'm going to work on me to get that back in this situation. Take care. Peace.